Hello, how are you doing today? This is Awesome Jack, and so I'm posting a video. Hello out there to those that are going to be viewing the video and everything. Hello out there and everything. So I'm Awesome Jack, and I'm posting a video. Um Going to be talking today about a place in Winston-Salem, um, North Carolina, um, that's owned by the housing authority, um, called Aspire, but it's Winston-Salem Housing Authority, Aspire Housing Authority. Um, so, if you've been following up on any of my videos and things like that, there's been a lot of serious deaths that's been going on at the actual um, towers in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I don't really understand why people haven't paid that much attention and stuff. It's very serious stuff. There's been an awful lot of deaths. Um, Deaths of people that have been found dead in their apartments, dead, but way too many. Um, I don't understand, why hasn't a serious investigation done went on over all those deaths that were going on at the Sunrise Towers building? From what I got heard about from other tenants and things, it seems like it was just getting treated as though there was this, like it was a regular thing out there in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. There's been a lot of deaths where bodies have been found in the apartment buildings. Bodies have been found in the Sunrise Tower apartment buildings, and probably it could be also the same in the Crystal Towers building. Could also be the same too. Both of the buildings are facing major problems where a lot of serious things have been going on. Elevators breaking, people trapped with things like not being able to get to the outdoor areas and stuff like that. Elevators broken during serious emergency fire alarms and stuff, where the elevators were completely just not working at all, broke, out of order, damn disconnected, unoperational, not into function. Serious stuff. There's been actual deaths there also. Actual deaths. Now, who the hell doesn't pay attention to deaths going on or have gone on to one particular apartment building and stuff, and it was one death right after another? People's bodies were found dead in their apartments so much in the Sunrise Towers project. It's a project that's owned by the Housing Authority, which is a federal government aid program, just like food stamps, EBT, Medicaid, things like that. And so the Housing Authority program, that's basically the program is in every state of every county. Every state of every county. Housing Authority for low income families. A particular one in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. A lot of deaths have been going on there. A lot of deaths, like a lot. And it's really been off the hook about the deaths that have been going on there. The deaths of bodies found in the apartments with odors that would go up and down the hallways to the steps, and stuff like that. And in the let's see, it probably go to the elevators too, but to the laundry room centers also. I don't understand anything like it. Like, how in the hell is it not being investigated enough, as serious as it was a pronounced death? It's been so many found dead in the Towers building. It would make people from the outside probably start scratching their head. If they had good head, scratching their head, questioning like, it's really something that people are dying, have been dying like that in that building. Something is going on in that building where a further investigation needs to go on over the deaths of those people, and why not the other apartment complexes there, help? Why isn't it going on in other apartment complexes over the deaths? Why just in one specific area, and why not in them all then? Of areas of like where real estate apartments are at and stuff out there in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and Winston-Salem. So, but why is it just one particular area? Why one particular area? Why one particular locational place of apartment housing and stuff like that? I don't know. But I'm gonna tell you this out there. It's not been investigated enough. There is something going on, like if people ever heard of the Black Bates Motel? Well, yeah, the Black Bates Motel. The Black Bates Motel, the Black Bates Hotel. Alright. People check in, huh? But not all of them gonna check out. That's the thing on it. People check in, get a lease, signed and stuff. But then the people, not all of them is checking out the building. Because they were getting found dead in their apartments. Now what is that? Dead in their apartments? I don't understand. I don't get nothing like that. Well, so why ain't the senior citizen places like that where people dying all the time and stuff in their apartments then? So why is the one building different than all the rest of the senior citizens buildings where ain't that many deaths every 2 and 3 months in the senior citizen little complex apartments and stuff for seniors? But in the Sunrise Tower building, like, what the hell? Deaths every 3 months, every 4 months, somebody else found dead in their apartment again. And then at the end of each year, what's been the total at each year of the deaths and stuff? And like, why hasn't it really been investigated further as like some kind of suspicious, or like just like it's not regular, it's not like that, it's just like some form of like a skyfire, like Tales from the Crypt thing, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, why hasn't it been investigated over them deaths? And people checking into a building and people dying. Something is wrong, seriously, y'all out there. You people, something is wrong, seriously as hell, to that kind of a place. Somebody eating something, drinking, somebody is doing something. There's something going on in that building that ain't right, yo. It is a serious thing. This is so serious that people that got family that stay in the towers buildings that I just named, those towers, they need to pay attention to their relatives that stay in that building. If anything come up happening to your relatives in that building, y'all people need to get lawsuits up against the Hood Housing Authority and Housing Authority Aspire in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Something is wrong with that building when that many deaths have accumulated and people bodies found they were found in the apartments in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, all the time. It's gonna get hot this summer, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a bunch of mess again. People found dead. People were found dead, odors in there, like all up and down the halls. That it smelled like something horrible, like unbearable, like some kind of dead animal laid on the street or something. On the street, horrible. Do you hear? Horrible. Some of the people said the bodies was the damn bodies had been in there for sometimes for like up to 2 weeks dead, you know. Some of the tenants said they didn't understand why was the person died and why did the person die. It was a good person. It didn't seem like the kind of person that would just want to die, you know? So something is really wrong at the Towers building. Something is wrong. It needs to be an investigation over those deaths. Why the same place? Did they die of the same thing? Yeah. I'm gonna say this: the water in the building. I posted a video on the water. The water was horrible and still isn't right in the building. The water is messed up bad. The drinking water tastes so nasty, and I got a video on what the pipes look like, and the neighbors that was in the hallway, the neighbors that were complaining about how they feel like the water could cause people cancer and bad health problems that was coming out of the sinks and stuff within the apartments. So I do believe that it can. I say it's got something to do with the water. Very, very, very much. It's been too many deaths, and it's like it's getting brushed over like it's a regular thing. Nobody talks about it after like a week after it's over. Oh, everything's just back to regular. I don't get it until another one happens in the same apartment project building. People found dead in an apartment. Now, who the hell is used to living like that? People found dead. I don't get it. Most black people and stuff has been blacks to that building, whites to that building, found dead in the goddamn building. Dead in their apartments. A lot of fucking deaths. One female told me that was on the actual camera, told me that it was 4 deaths. 4 were found in one day, yeah. And I thought that maybe she was like tripping a little, trying to like pull my leg. But what I found out that it was the actual real truth of it. And I stood downstairs by the ambulances actually, and one right after another pulled up. on the camera downstairs. And I was like, what the hell is going on? She explained to me again that she told me, she said there's been four deaths. 4 deaths in one day. And that people were found in their apartment buildings, dead, decomposed like bodies, were old bodies and odors and shit. And I was like, that's ridiculous. The office managers do not care, okay? They do not care. I done heard about that they threaten people, they threaten tenants, they threaten Crystal Towers, senior citizen people. They done threaten them that if they tell it, and what is Crystal Towers? Crystal Towers is another housing authority building owned in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Another another building, just like the Sunrise Towers building in Winston, North Carolina. I saw where the senior citizens, they posted that the on their own private videos and stuff that was going around on social media. They posted that the housing authority in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, was trying to prevent them as senior citizens, them from speaking out about the serious complaints they were facing over in Crystal Towers, and were threatening them that they would be evicted out of the building and away from the building if they go forward to tell the conditions of how they were really being treated in the Crystal Towers building, and how they were being actually threatened, as she said in her video, that their senior citizens would be evicted if they went against the housing authority staffing to complain. I'm guessing to like media, to the media area, like the media, to the city or something like that, or to Raleigh State headquarters, about how the housing authority workers have been, how they were trying to treat the tenants and stuff like that, about trying to make them afraid, trying to make them scared to go forward to complain about the seriousness that of the living conditions in apartment towers that needed to be fixed and changed up and dealt with, for the people to resume on with decent housing opportunities and stuff, because they were paying their rent. So I noticed that I saw that there were more videos on that, and more senior citizens that spoke out about the conditions over there, and how they went all the way down to the downtown city board about it. I saw that live, that was on the news and everything. The deaths to the Sunrise Towers building, it needs to be like more of an investigational thing about those deaths. Deaths are serious things, very serious things. Deaths. It's a very serious thing, okay? To me, I don't care. Because if black people don't speak up now about stuff that is just like freaky. When I say freaky, I mean like jittery, like nerve, like kind of scary, right? Like, this ain't right. It ain't right. It's like, it could be somebody, like, it's not regular, like, outdoor activity. It's not that, like, regular outdoor activity. People going to the Popeyes all the time, pulling in the drive-thru, getting orders at Popeyes, McDonald's, Sonic, and all kind of different places, Pizza Hut, getting takeout for lunch, okay? Regular stuff. What's not regular is people dying in a building, and have died in a building. And the thing about it is, it's not being dealt with properly enough. Yep. Who in the hell stands back and hears of so many deaths with the housing authority and doesn't do anything? Yep. It's almost like it's been a joke to the people with the housing authority. Like it was a joke, like it was funny, like they laughed at the people that died with like trash, like shit, like waste, like nothing, like nobody, like just needed to die. And they didn't give a damn that it was just for the, like they were doing it just for a paycheck, huh? When I say that they didn't care, there was no meetings called to talk to the other tenants about what's going on in the building. That there's been a great concern over a lot of deaths happening in the building, and that people need to come out or come down to the auditorium. That is not being is not something to shit to really be shit to be is accepted. As far as like that particular thing to continue on to keep going on, and that is something that really needs to be at a like at a like where people need to acknowledge and recognize more that it is either unsafe as hell in that building, it is dangerous as shit in that building until the cause of whatever has been causing, like whatever has been causing all them deaths and stuff is like brought down to a low decreasing, like rate percentage. It's something, it's just something not right when people with the housing authority are not acknowledging and using the auditorium to talk to the tenants about deaths. Yep. And it kind of scared me a little bit when some people said they believe that some people didn't die. Some people didn't die in the building on their own. They said they believe some people got into their apartment within the guy in the building and had like suffocated the people and stuff. I mean, it's deep. It's just like a regular apartment building, but it's a high rise. But I don't get it. People, all those deaths with people, and then no real conferences for the tenants. That was this extremely bad fire that could have ruined the lives of so many people and children. It was an extremely horrible bad fire. This happened last year during, I believe, the beginning of this year, from like January, February, something like that, January or February. The whole building was told to leave out of the building because of the seriousness of the fire and flames and smokes. I filmed it myself. Do you know that after all the damage, people could have lost their lives? Children are in the building. Children also do be in the building. So many people and stuff and children. It is really, and then the kids be in the building, the young children. And so, for all of that, when it was all over and done, management did not even call the management, the office managers for the Hood Housing Authority that Monday, the next working day or the next office working day. They did not even talk enough to the tenants on sending out things as far as letters to say there's going to be a meeting downstairs in the auditorium, that tenants, that's right, for the safety of other people. They do not care. If you listen out there, you need to hear this well. You need to ask other people that stay in those towers, in those buildings. They do not care for other people. They do not care. Yeah. They help to instigate fights in the building. They help to instigate the fights. If you hear about fighting going on in that building, they do not put tenants out for hitting and striking and lifting knives. They do not ban them away from the building. They do not get banned. Do you hear what I'm saying? They do not get banned. And I talked to the other tenants, and they was like really surprised and shocked. And a lot of people are saying they want to move out and stuff. And of course, because the way the management does, that fire could have took and claimed the lives of people. And I heard that something was going on with the elevator also. But anyway, the deaths to the building, something bad, there was never no conference meetings with the tenants, to show to apologize, to show forms of concern about better safety, of safe, promotional of safe surroundings, to be put into consideration, to be acknowledged more amongst the tenants, deaths in the building, odors that people have to smell of decomposed bodies, and the odors in the hallways, horrible. I walked downstairs one time and I thought somebody was dead and had been dead on the steps for like a week or something. And I ran back up the steps because I was so scared. And I smelled this horrible odor that was so goddamn horrible. And it was coming from the apartment downstairs. But it came through, it seeps up because the upstairs doors in the hallways, and the smell be like something like laying in the woods, something horrible as hell. And they don't care. Yeah. And another thing they don't care about, the crack cocaine that goes on, the smell that goes on in the buildings, in the hallways. They do not care. They don't care if people smoke crack, and the odor is all up and down in the hallways. You complain and want the exit ramp, the exit door open more, doing when tenants are smoking too much crack. They'll try to get mad and say no opening the exit ramp doors, to clear the hallway of that kind of horrible crack cocaine smell. They want people to pass out, fall out, and stuff in the building that when they get hospitalized, their families will not know what really happened to them. Yup. They're playing this sick game in that office. I have never heard of anything like those two here. Those workers, they're playing a sick game. To me, both of them need to be fired. They need to be fired up out of that building. It need to be investigated. I've already wrote the White House investigation department on them. I wrote that it get investigated by federal agencies. That's this whatever, to investigate all this mess. I got veteran friends that mess. I got veteran friends that told me, said the reason why this building is so messed up and so bad, they said because of the management. They said the management is messed up and is not handling situations better enough or good enough. They said it's the manager's fault that the Sunrise Towers building is being ran like that. So much crime, all them deaths and stuff. The drugs up and down, the crack cocaine in the hallways. When some tenants walk down the hallways, they have to smell the horribleness of the crack. They talk to the manager. They get attitudes that the doors got to stay shut in the hallways just to get clean air in there to go down the hallways to clear out the bad air. It's just like when smoke is in the hallways from someone's apartment and they're burning something. The best thing to do, people that got common sense only should know. The best thing to do, open a window, open a door. You don't sit there as a fucking idiot and not open a window and a door to let the smoke out. Now, they'll sit there and play stupid games and it's wrong. It's wrong. It needs to be investigated. It need to be investigated, like I said. The building need to be investigated. I'm sure there's a lot of other black people that have complaints. It's ridiculous. They've been trying to, some tenants have been trying to get in groups and organizations for the past 3 years. They haven't been heard out. It's really deep. It's really deep. A lot of people done died in the building. Some have moved out, and they still come back over checking on the other tenants, about how they're like concerned and want other people moved out also. It's really something. An investigation needs to go on. About how it's been too many deaths at that building. It doesn't need to keep getting pushed under the goddamn rug. Under the goddamn rug. It's wrong. That's an apartment and that many deaths. Just like any other article that I read, I want to know. I want to read down to the last. But I want to read from the top of it to the bottom of something like that. Like the whole page and everything on that kind of article. Deaths are serious things. And why is that? Why is the management not talking to the tenants more about the deaths that's been going on to try to or bring it to the attention of some kind of health department? Have the health department been notified about the deaths? It seems like something like that is more involving the health department or something like that, the public health department, that many deaths is going on, have been going on in that building. And they've not been doing anything but trying to hurt the tenants. They try to hurt the tenants from the inside of the building. They try to instigate fights. They don't put the other tenants out of the building that need to be put out for disturbing other tenants, hitting and striking and punching with baseball bats, with knives, out in exposure at that. They don't do anything but sit there and play little sick. It's like they need to be evaluated immediately. Anybody that knows about the Sunrise Tower building, it's just like 1, 2, 3, okay? The management is fucked up for a building to be like operating with that much of a crime level. That many deaths. Something wrong with the dang on housing authority people that's running that building. That's all that is. So why do the white people the last of the white people real estate properties of apartments, why ain't a bunch of deaths going on when they run stuff? Why ain't a bunch of deaths going on in the nice apartment areas where white people own the real estate that ain't ran by Hood Housing Authority? Why ain't a bunch of deaths going on to the nice, decent apartments where you ride past and go up inside down the road and stuff, and you're looking for some nice housing or something like that, and you choose what you want to choose as an individual? So why ain't a bunch of deaths going on to a lot of the real estate that white people own? That's kept up very well. Maintenance, long, well, decent building from the outside to the inside. Getting tours and stuff about being the first, wanting to be a new renter or a new leasing. The tour, through the building and stuff like that to check out the apartment and stuff. So why don't the other apartments? Why don't they have a bunch of deaths going on? Why don't they have a bunch of deaths? Why not a bunch of fires all the time? Why? What about bad drinking water? And the water is horrible. So why don't the white people property and sections of their real estate owned like condominiums or studio apartments or whatever? Why don't their areas have so many deaths? Because they keep their apartments up. Their apartment areas are more kept up from the inside to the outside, and I'm just going to be honest about it. There is more kept up properties where they're at. The management, it's the management that won't have a bunch of fighting over there to where the white people at. It's the management. The management is not going to have a bunch of hitting and striking. The management is not going to have a bunch of deaths going on that's frightening and scaring their tenants away. Or causing their tenants to have nervous condition, depressional conditions. The management. About the bad drinking water. The water is horrible. Drug smells all up and down the hallways sometimes. It's just like walking into a puff of smoke, and the smoke is the crack smell coke. And they'll sit there like, oh, like they used to use it themselves. Like it doesn't bother them. They used to use it. They used to hit. They done went to a rehab as the managers. They used to smoke the hell out of it. They're very dirty. This just need like an investigation to go on to that building. A lot of tenants have been complaining about them also how like they want other tenants to sign notebooks as far as put their name down about the condition of even from bed bugs for air conditioners that have not been fixed and stuff like that. It's a lot of stuff that they do. They do not care about other black people. It's like they're the most coldest people I've ever heard of. But one thing about it is they're not going to stay in a building like the Sunrise Towers. That's the thing about it. They don't want to stay there to a building like that, but they want to treat other people like they're pieces of... They do, like other people are pieces of shit just because they're going through a time where they're faced with low income housing for a particular, just for that time or something. It's wrong to treat other people like they're shit just because they don't have the riches and the wealth of multi-million-dollar mansions and multi-million-dollar car fleeces all around their home, and there's so much riches and wealth to buy 20 what do you call it, $20 million jets or something, like 20 of them, valued at millions and millions of dollars. Yachts valued at 75. I would say 4, 5, 10 million a piece. And about 30 of them at a marina somewhere parked and stuff. It's wrong to look down on other people, down on other people because they don't have the big large job, the big large home. A job is a job. That's what I've always said all my years. A car is a car. That's what I say still today. I don't understand. I really don't. But I'm leaving this video and everything. Like I said, the management is, like I said, they've been doing things to people from the inside, and they have been participating with fights in the building, refusing to create a safe environment for tenants. There's been a lot of people that's been bothered, threatened. When I say I'm gonna say threatened, swung at, punched. It's been a lot of people. It's been blood on the steps. Blood in the halls. It's deep stuff, and some of it's been wrong. Some of it has. Some good people been just punched in their face. I heard about the guy. This guy told me. Well, they was telling me that one of the tenants was just down playing pool downstairs. I believe it was the beginning of this year or last year, and they said he was a pretty good person, and they say he was just punched in his face for no reason downstairs, punched right to his face, punched and hit hard in the face by someone else downstairs that was rude, disrespectful and stuff. Another tenant, And the thing about it is, it didn't take all of that. It really didn't. The management doesn't talk to the tenants about people that are hitting and striking physically with their hands and just hitting tenants, that they will be immediately thrown out of the building if caught on camera. They do not care. There are no rules. And talking about rules within the building, they let back people that hit and strike, and they could have went to damn jail and got locked up, and they let them back in the building. And then the thing about it, the management doesn't terminate their lease, even though they're on the camera for hitting and striking other tenants. They still let them live in the building. They still let them live in the building even after they damn court day, and they still let them live in the building. They still have an apartment. As long as the damn motherfuckers are paying their rent, they still let them come back. They do not care. Other tenants told me about it, and I talked to a lot of tenants, and they talk to me and tell me what are their major their concerns and their complaints on how fed up, and that they're getting fed. They get fed up, they get tired, just like regular people. The living, the what's going on with the building is it's bad. Deaths, bad and stuff. It's just wrong. The deaths. It needs to be an investigation. I feel like based on the truth and information about this being realistically real, it's the management fault. It's the management fault for how they are not talking to the tenants more. But I feel like that both of the managers need to be fired and need to be replaced. I feel like if there are any good black people out there that are can be good managers and run a building like the Sunrise Towers building without having fear and stuff like that, and you qualify and meet requirements, put it out. They should black people should put in applications to get those manager positions and put them in and stuff like that, because The thing about it, I know there's always some good black people out there that are waiting for jobs and stuff like that, and on waiting lists for more better job careers and stuff like that. And some other blacks are holding up some other black people's like their income and stuff like that, which like some people are occupying job positions and other people are just shit out of luck and just didn't get that job because it was somebody else had that job position at that time. But no, what I am saying, if there are people out there, black people that feel that you can be a good managers at the Sunrise Towers apartment building or with Crystal Towers building, I don't know about the other buildings, but like I said, something need to be done. If you feel like you got it and you qualified, then I don't understand why not just fill out an application and get the job. I mean, that may be a problem that other people are not. There might be a problem that there are not enough applicants for it. That could very well mean that. It could, but I don't know. I don't know. I just it's some really dirty mess. I went to go do my research, and I went to go redo my research downstairs, and this was on Friday, and I was getting ready. I was trying to schedule, and that's what I was trying to do, at least schedule something for next week and stuff. And the manager had such a dirty, filthy attitude towards me. And I was like, I don't even understand that manager. Dirty, filthy attitude. That's just what it is. I mean, that they don't care for the tenants. They pretend to care for the tenants. They don't care. They instigate fights by letting bad people back into the building that are not this is what they do. They play a game. They know they're wrong, and some people told me that they are getting payments from some of the drug dealers, some of the people that have came over to the building, that have come over to the building, to the building of the Sunrise Towers, that they're getting like little broke off money. Broke off money means done got included to a deal of a side hustle on the street. And that they're getting broke off money from people that have been over to the building to continue to keep quiet all the drug trafficking that's been going on around in the building area, and that they're getting paid now. They're getting paid money to be quiet and stuff like that, as they that's why. Yeah. That's why in the white communities, when there are white managers that run the most nicest and decent apartments that black people like to go apply for, as having a nice apartment to stay in or something like that, or more better housing, looking for something that's more suitable, nice, decent. When white people own those things, there's not a bunch of drugs going on, you know. There's not a bunch of hitting, swinging, and punching of tenants, hitting, swinging, and punching like that when white people are running real estate properties as managers. And it's very true. To look on Zillow Apartments and all the different nice property that's up for sale and stuff. Not for sale, but for rent and lease, in the Apartment Finder magazines. All right, so notice how they put them in the books like that. Notice how the apartments look like that. Now, when black people are running apartment housing and with the housing authority, everything is broke, yeah. Everything is broke, yep. The sink breaks. The sink is broke. The kitchen sink is broke. The toilet is broke. But the thing about it is, I'm not saying that black people can't run property real estate. I'm not saying that black people can't, because some black people do a very good job of the different places. Some do. But at the Sunrise Towers building, the management of how it's ran, all them deaths, all them fights, stabbings, yep. What is it going to take? I don't even want to know. I don't know what it's going to take, but I don't want to know. Because if it takes people to get hurt before it goes to media on the news, that other people out there in the outdoor public so they can hear, see the article, the video, the news segment on what's going on at Sunrise Towers in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, is goddamn it wrong. People need to know it. People need to hear it. There's been too many deaths to that place, That's been too many deaths. And it's gonna get ready to get hot this summer, And that's when it starts. And the smells and the odors go on in the hallways by like particular doors and stairwells and stuff. It's just ridiculous. Smells of decomposed bodies up and down the halls to the stairwells and stuff. It's ridiculous. And then the thing about it, it's not even an old lady. It's not. It'd be of all kind of different colors. The tenant said. Some of the people, I don't even know where some of them, like, did they die in the building or what? I don't know. They don't even post pictures of the faces of the people who died and put it on a bulletin board to say the person will be missed at the bottom in the building. They don't even post pictures of who done died in the building and keep a bulletin board up to say at least that it was a good tenant that would be missed. They don't do anything like that. They don't care. They don't even, them office workers do not care. They really don't. They don't give a dang. But the thing about it, those are somebody else's loved ones and family. Regardless of how the office workers feel, that was somebody else's family though. And nothing never gets recognized. What they do, they try to stick together. They try to work dirtily together. Just like the Crystal Towers old senior citizens complained about it in the video. They are doing it. They were not lying, They were not telling a lie. Those dang on housing authority people are dirty as hell, and it need to be an investigation on them two in their office only, And only on them two. Because they are the ones that may be managing this building. And it need to be an investigation. They need to be investigated by dang on some kind of federal. It's a federal that can only investigate them, Because it's called Federal Aid Housing Authority. Just like dang on EBT and WIC and Medicaid federal aid programs. And so I'm just leaving a video. There has been an awful lot of deaths again at Sunrise Tower apartment building And it's not been investigated properly. Not to say that like the police shit didn't do their job. Not saying that. It's just that something more needs to be done, like from within the building. It's so much. What managers don't talk to the tenants about serious stuff that's going on in the building that's causing other people to be found dead in their apartments, yo? And no letters about practicing safety within people's homes. No warning letters about there's been a lot of death. Tenants need to be more cautious while in the building and stuff like that about what they're getting into, what they're doing, who they're going, houses, apartments they're going into, or whatever. They don't write anything. They don't write anything. They don't get concerned. They don't care. And it's wrong. It could be some dang on body that dang on was a killer and was doing something. I don't like it was selling fentanyl and giving it to the tenants from the inside or from the outside at a store somewhere. From the outside at some stores. I don't know. I really don't. But I'm leaving this video, and I'm telling, I don't know why I see that. I'ma still leave it. But this is my video. I'm Awesome Jag. So I'm telling it. I'm keeping it real, and I'm good. So I don't care who don't like it that says they with the hound authority or whatever. I don't care for them. I don't respect nobody that don't respect me, and women always try to start stuff, and I get tired of that. No, I'm not finna sit there and be afraid because some hoes don't like me. They don't like you because you're cute, or some women don't like other women because they keep themselves up, or because they're a certain color. Some women hate other women because of the color of their skin, or because she's lighter skinned, they can't stand it. The hell with them, cause I don't like their color either. But I'm just keeping it real. I'm black, and so are the managers in the office. But what the managers have been doing is wrong. They're not gonna threaten me about being evicted because they dirty, and they'll start coming with letters, putting letters on the door and stuff like that, playing little sick ass games too. They been doing that stuff. One got mad because I was down there just trying to arrange an appointment for a research, and told me talking about she was made, talking about, oh no, you do it when she say do it. And I said, no, I can't do when you say do something. I'm going by the letter you put on the door. And by the letter that you wrote about research, it left 2 dates. And I was trying to book an appointment to do my research, and she gonna sit there and tell me, now, you're gonna be quiet. Because you trying to go back and forth, and you're not gonna go back and forth with the both of them. It was almost like they was trying to jump me, yup. And that was like one of them. She walked across, and that camera was she walked across to the end of the desk when I was talking to the manager, and she stood on the end on the camera, and then I feel like she was gonna try to hit me or something, yup. And I was like, you dirty hoe. And like, I'm a veteran mom. I'm a veteran mother, you know. I got a daughter in the United States military. I'm divorced from a combat war veteran. I got a kid in the United States, a child in the United States military right now, you know. And I just didn't appreciate how those managers, how when dirty black women want to stick together. This is one of the biggest problems that be even on the social media thing. How black women want to then go and fight other women. Other blacks, they want to fight each other. Yeah, they want to hit each other, punch each other, kick each other, all kind of stupid mess. And I mean, it's crazy. It's just like crazy as hell. But the thing about it is that I'm not tolerating them. I'm not tolerating no motherfucking bullshit. I'm not tolerating getting hit anymore in that building, smacked anymore. I'm not tolerating having a knife put in my face no more. I'm not tolerating another bitch swinging a blow anymore. When I'm drunk, I'm not having it. I'm not tolerating them hoes no more. I'm not tolerating anything else that they try to do in them from that building, because somebody is gonna get hurt. Because I'm gonna protect myself and defend myself. Self-defense. I got every right, and I swear only in self-defense. Because nobody is gonna freedom of speech is one thing. Freedom of speech is a law. That means people can get cussed out and anything on thing. People can. But freedom of speech is a law. It's just like school days. It's freedom of speech, huh? It's like sticks and stones can break a person's bones, but words cannot just destroy and hurt hurt me. And so, like, freedom of speech is a law. It's protected like a constitutional amendment law. The rights, people's rights are protected because people can say anything they want to. But the thing about it is, like I said, something is wrong with them two managers, yeah. And I'm gonna say it again, something is wrong with them two managers. And I done wrote Washington D.C. I done wrote motherfucking federal investigation thing, and I done wrote that they need to be investigated, both of them. And I'm not tolerating it no more. When dirty managers won't throw a woman out for hitting another tenant in the face late at night, and then lifting a box cutter up to the person face, yeah. That person could have been cut and slashed in their throat, yeah. They could have, yeah. And the management wouldn't even throw the person out. It's deep, and they still live in the building. Still same, got the same damn names. They still in the building. They done hit other people, vandalized other people's bodies with baseball bats. They still on the camera, and the management refused to throw them out. And when you complain in the office, they refuse to even hear people out. They refuse to even hear people out. They will not even go by some kind of so-called hood law or a hood handbook. It's bullshit. There is no such thing to me as a hood handbook and daggone tenants, don't hit and don't strike other tenants, or the bad tenants will be threw out if they're trying to hit, punch, and strike other tenants while they're paying their rent. Huh? They not gonna throw nobody. They don't throw nobody out. But anyway, so excuse me. But anyway, so I'm putting this video and I'm telling it. I don't give a damn. I don't give a fuck. They go that because I know they're gonna try to start an eviction thing and start all kind of dirty ass comments, all kind of mess. Whatever they try, like I said, I'm gonna be ready for them hoes. I'm gonna be ready for their ass, because I'm not playing with them. And I'm not talking about like no swinging, punching up, stuff like that, because I'm not that kind of a person. But that's for me to know. But the thing about it is, I'm gonna be ready for them hoes. I don't care. I'm keeping my video on here. Like I said, freedom of speech is, and that's just it. But when I've not done something to somebody else, when I've not got in somebody else's face to disrespect them or call them out of their name, I don't appreciate somebody else in the office treating me like I was a piece of dang trash on the street, you know? And like I said, I'm gonna be ready for them hoes, because they think I'm just gonna keep going. I'm gonna pray about it and keep on going. So anyway, cause I don't got time. So I'm done. I'm just posting my video. It's too much bad that goes on to that building. Too many deaths. Too many bad things have been going on, and much attention is needed towards the direction of that building. Really towards the managers for what they've been doing, and much attention is needed towards them. To the good workers that have been working with the Hood Housing Authority. Not all of them are bad. There's some good maintenance people that they speak. They have been like, not everything is bad. That is, with the Housing Authority. So I want to clear that right now. Not everything is bad. Not everything is dirty. There are some. So I'm gonna say that. I'm saying that for me because I know what I had to deal with over here. But like I said, not everything is bad, and I'm just gonna tell the truth about it. So anyway, I'm posting my video and everything, and like I said again, not every staff worker of Hood Housing Authority is bad and horrible. No, not at all. Not all, because there's a lot that goes out there, like inspecting the housing and stuff like that, the housing for Section 8 and stuff like that. It's a lot. And not everything is bad and horrible with the Hood Housing Authority. Not all the staff. There is just like a few, like a few. And from what I've experienced, I try to, like, the ones that was here when I first got here, you complain when I did complain that there was a lot of stuff, a lot of like fights to going on and stuff, and that a lot of fights. And at my age, I don't have time for that and stuff like that. I feel like I done fought enough being young, and it should not have to just keep going on. I mean, some things are damn ridiculous, and I ain't even got time for it. Like I said, I used to complain to the management when I first moved in about someone they had down there, about a female named Cynthia that stayed in the building, and she stayed in the building, and I used to complain. The management would not do anything. They wouldn't do anything. Other tenants complained that she would be giving them problems, this horrible like problems, and threatening people, like just badly, actually throwing stuff to people's doors, and I mean just real, she actually would do it. The management would never do anything. They would never throw her out. They would never go by the camera on it and see what she did, kicking doors, tennis doors, and they would never throw her out. The only what it came down to on the cameras is that the management of Hood Housing Authority worker got caught hitting that tenant. And that tenant was high on drugs that I just named, and she went into the fucking office and insulted the manager. The manager, Anthony and the Cruz was in there. Anthony and Cruz was working there, and they said Cynthia went into the office and said something and then hit the manager. And then after that, what happened? He jumped up and hit her. He hit her and they were fighting, but he had been warned that she was a horrible, horrible tenant, and they would not do nothing. Like they playing a game, like them dirty workers over this building and maybe at Crystal Towers, I don't know, but I know for sure over here, like they playing a game of evil, fucking evil as hell, rotted purge. If you ever heard of the movie Purge, it's like that's what they playing. This is what the dirty managers is playing, like a game of evil, rotted purge. All right, purge the movie. Like I believe what's that Purge? The movie Purge 2, when the people was like living in all kind of like low income conditions in the movie Purge 2, and they was in low condition living, like low income living, and they was like getting like snatched and took, like they was bad, like they was coming up missing and stuff, people coming up missing, getting snatched in the cars and stuff like that, and they were ground to dust. The movie Purge. But Purge 2, think about the word purge. The alternative word of the word purge is sacrifice. Evil sacrifices. Evil, rotten, evil sacrifices. And that's what the hell. That's what, and I feel like that's what they doing at this building. They trying to do, it's insane. It's been like, it's not every day, but it's insane, evil sacrificing. And I feel like that's what they've been trying to do with the office. Yeah. And so I'm not afraid, so I stepped out and I posted my video just like the people at Crystal Tower stepped out and told theirs. So I'm not afraid. And I'm not going to worry about nobody talking about eviction or anything else. Because like I said, I'm already tired. So I'm not worried about them writing nothing about eviction, right? Whatever the stupid mess letters they try to write me, I know it's because of this video and because I put it out there, and I'm not finna let them hoes sit there and threaten me, bother me, and talk about it's two of them in the office, all that, and because I'm not even hearing it, I'ma keep, like I said, I mean, hell, they can lose their job any day. So anyway, so like I said, I'm good, and I'm alright and everything. Just had to post my video, and so like to anybody that's with Crystal Towers, the Crystal Tower apartment, well, you just ain't the only one, huh? There's strong fighters there's probably a lot more strong fighters, women out there too, that's just tired of a lot of bad living conditions out there in West Salem. So, but I had to post mine for myself, for my family, and like I said, I'm good, and so peace out. Awesome Jack, I got a lot of good videos and stuff like that. Check out the rest of my videos and stuff. I got a lot of good ones out there. Check it out. So anyway, so like I said, this is Awesome Jack, and I'm leaving my video and everything like that. So peace out. Remember, if you know anybody that stay in the Sunrise Tower building, always pay attention to what people say in the outdoor public. If you stay in West Salem, North Carolina, or got any family, if you stay in Winston, about the deaths at the Sunrise Tower apartment buildings. They playing a game of evil sacrificing and stuff. I ain't never heard of that kind of damn shit. But anyway, so like I'm just leaving my video and everything. So peace out and everything. So pass the video, like the video, pass the video, listen to the video. So anyway, so I'm Awesome Jack. Peace out.